I woke up this morning and I had a voice message from Jenna. I'm gonna play it to you now.
So I know we just got done saying our goodbyes, but I just needed to reach out to someone to feel uplifted. I hooked up with someone this weekend from Tinder, and I thought we had amazing chemistry, but I think I showed way too much interest as the night went on and the drinks got heavier and we got physical, and I kept telling him how much I liked him because I was just so drunk, and then he got weird and like I can't read him, but it's almost like he's not interested anymore. And I remembered your article about you hooking up with a guy from Tinder and you never heard from him again. And I kind of have this gut feeling that this might be happening right now.
So, this is a phenomenon that's happening very frequently in our society. I think mainly what has changed about how we treat each other as people is the fact that we now have so many people to interact with. Where before, in a village or in a city, you might have had, let's say, 100, 200 people that you know. So what now happens with the internet gives us access to like 5 billion or 6 billion people at once. Like my network of people that I know that I've ever met in my life is probably 10 to 15,000 people, probably even more, you know? That is crazy. The scale of that is insane. So what's happening is that we just have an overload of opportunity and possibility. Back to guys not writing back. I want to look at this from a logical point of view. I don't want to get pissed off and emotional and just be like, can you please be a human being? But I want to look at kind of why this is happening. Men and women are just different. That's the way it is. Neuroscience has proven it 1,000 times over. Very simple fact, for example, your corpus callosum, which is a thick bundle of nerves which connects your left and right brain hemisphere, this is 30% bigger in women, which means that the left and right brain hemisphere can communicate better with each other, and that's why we're able to multitask, okay? Women also have a lot more centers in their brain for language. That's why we're so talkative. And obviously men have spatial abilities. I mean, everyone with a brain and eyes can see that men are just much better at parking than most women and much better at driving because they have the spatial awareness. So men they have tunnel vision because before when they had to hunt so that they can see really far, whereas women have peripheral vision. That's why they can always find stuff in the fridge. But what's happening now with this whole not texting back, I don't care, blah, 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 is just because there is too much choice. There is so much choice. And because men are hunters and women are nesters, we tend to automatically try to latch on to someone that we feel a connection with because we are looking for protection. It's in our nature. We make babies. So we look for someone, we look for a partner that we feel secure with and safe with, feel like we can start a family. And that's why we become, a nesting phase. It's normal. 50 years of history is not going to change that. We got women's rights 30 years ago or something. For men, it's about securing the continuation of humanity. And that's why they like interacting with a lot of different women and they feel like, oh no, well maybe there's a better one or there's another one. They hunt. They see a hot woman and they're like, damn. That's why guys are just interested in having a bigger pool of choice and interested in changing partner much more frequently, which is totally fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Literally, if you want to, sleep with 10 people a night, as long as you're being safe and as long as both people agree to it. What I'm not okay with is not treating someone with respect and not treating them as a human being. Because it is not okay, it's not acceptable on any level to stick your penis into another human being and then to never call them again. I think we should put it up to a global vote that that's just not cool. That's just not something you do. It doesn't matter if you have to have a relationship or another date or whatever after that. You don't even have to call them. Just say, nice to meet you. I don't want to see you again. It was just a one-time thing. I wish you a great life. Trust me, it hurts much more, way more, to just not know because we think it's about us. We think there's something wrong with us. We start overthinking every single thing that we did and somehow believe that if we would have done something better to be more distant, pretend that we don't care, maybe worn something a little bit more fancy, put on a little bit more makeup for you, that there would have been some way that you would have cared, that you would have called us back. And that's bullshit. I don't have a problem with superficial connections. Absolutely not. What I want to say to Jenna is that it doesn't matter. It has no effect on who you are as a person. You are you. And do me a favor, keep being you. Don't pretend not to care. Keep on saying that you like him. That's totally fine. Because if you want someone to be interested in you just because you're good at playing the game and you're good at pretending that you don't care about them and you're way cooler than they are, that is not a person that you should be seeing again. Because they obviously have issues with themselves and they don't love themselves yet, and that's why they can't believe that someone like you could ever love them. But when they do have that realization, when they do recognize that they are incredible, they're infinite, that they're a human being that in this moment gets to breathe, well, then they're going to be able to love someone else with their whole hearts. Even if it's for a day, if it's for a year, if it's for 5 years, it doesn't matter. It's not about the duration of the connection that defines its value. If you were the guy that doesn't text back, or that does text back and says things like, I don't have time, now's not good for me. If you're trying to stall the decision, if you're trying to put someone off and you're wasting their time, please just stop doing that.